feel bummed out that your team just don't get it in the same way you do, or they're not mind readers, well, this week's episode, if you feel like that, is going to be absolutely for you. Welcome to this week's episode 231 of My TV. My name is Emma Mills and I help business owners who are right in the messy middle of growing their business from solopreneur through to thriving team. And talking about thriving teams, I know that lots of people that I'm in with, masterminds, business owners, clients that I talk to, they often have the same frustration. I don't know anybody I've spoken to that doesn't have it. And it's when they say that a member of my team I gave them a task to do and they just did the bare minimum, or I expected them to go above and beyond, or they didn't come back to me with any ideas on it, or they just did what was expected. And I know how frustrating this feeling is, but I know there's lots we can do as business owners to empower our team, to let them know what good looks like, and to make them freaking awesome on your team. And this week's episode is just going to dive in to a very, very simple framework for you of how to make sure that happens. If you want to stop using the phrase, it's just quicker to do it myself, which I know we all do, and I have to stop myself from doing it, then you need to supercharge your team's responsibility, accountability, and their knowledge of what good looks like in their role. We can't hope that they're going to, by some kind of osmosis or mental transfer of information, know how to do something exactly as you like it. And if you expect that, then that is on you. I just want to address that at the beginning of the episode, that is on you. If you just don't give somebody the training and put somebody in a role that they're new to, don't tell them what good looks like, don't give them any accountability, don't just give them tasks and expect them to approach it in the same way you would do. It's just not gonna, that is on you. That is a failing as a leader. So we can't do those things. Now I'm just gonna dive into how we supercharge their motivation and sprinkle over all of the magic sauce to get the team around you delivering just as you want. So I've got 3 steps that you're going to be able to use every single time you interact with a team member, you bring on a new team member. When you have that thought of, oh, why did they do it like that? We can use these 3 steps to go, well, actually, did they know how I wanted it done? So step number 1. Ownership of their role and what good looks like. If you cannot say specifically what somebody's role, what good looks like, and yet you are annoyed that they are not doing it, you just can't be. If you don't know, they won't know. So knowing what good looks like is in simple forms in my business. So our team that answer the calls, they know that they need to answer every call coming their way. They know they need to follow the steps we have for taking a brilliant call. In my sales team, they know that from the leads we deliver in, they need to make X number of sales. They know that what good looks like is squeezing the juice out of every lead that sits in our pipe drive system. The team leaders in my business know that ownership of their role is that their team are happy and that the customers sat under their remit are happy as well. This is what ownership of the role looks like. This is what good looks like. So number 1, if you don't know what that person's ownership is, you need to sort that out first. Sit with them, agree it together, but just having some clear bullet points of, I will make sure our customers are happy. I will bring really great energy to the office every day. I will make sure that I get reviews from our customers every single week. If they don't even have a few short bullet points to work to, how can you expect them to go above and beyond to really get fully into to taking ownership of what they're doing? Number 2, they need to have metrics. I can't believe that there isn't a role where some kind of metric cannot be involved, and it doesn't have to be numerical. But some examples. So in my business, in my call team, our team that answer the calls know what their target is on how many calls to answer per hour. They know what their target is on the quality spot checks to hit, and inside the quality spot checks, there's 6 things that they're marked on, so that they know that those are the 6 things to focus on. They really can drill in and take ownership to make those parts the best they can be. And I know you might say, well, that sounds simple for them. my team aren't answering calls, or it's much more vague, well, okay, let me carry on. So in our customer success team, they know that we're looking for 1 Google review per week. Like, really simple metric, but from it means that from the one Google review they're trying to get, we know that they will be having conversations with our customers. Are they happy? We know that they'll be sending out the NPS survey to make sure we know whether our customers are happy or whether there's problems we need to work on. They've got a key metric of getting a Google review, because working back from it, we know they're going to be interacting and touching base with all of our customers to learn. And our marketing team, they know how many leads they're aiming to get inside the business in each department, in the follow-up, in the call, in the leads. Like, everything breaks down to giving them something tangible they can hang their hat on, to take pride in, to take ownership of. And it doesn't have to be a really big scorecard or a big spreadsheet full of things. It can be one thing that they can make sure happens every week, and you can layer on that. So even like the Google reviews, maybe that's a great target for one of your team this week to take on, and they can really like celebrate on it. You know, there's nothing, how amazing that there's things you can specifically go, wow, you've hit the metrics. If it's just 1 Google review, let's celebrate. Next week, let's add another metric on, or let's make it 2 Google reviews. Like, have things you can work together on. And number 3, if you are tired of feeling like, this doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but feeling like I'm the only one who comes up with ideas, I'm the only one who comes up with new strategies, it all comes from me. I hear it so often with our client, it all comes from me, and I am sure it does. And you know, just we're in the messy middle a lot of the time of building our businesses, and that is just what happens. But a way to empower your team, and you are going to love this, to come up with solutions, to come up with new ways of thinking, to try to show you what they can do, is I have a rule with my team, and the rule is this: that when you come to me with a problem, that's great, I'm here to help, I want to be a good leader. But when you come to me with a problem, you come to me with 3 solutions as well. And whether the 3 solutions work or they don't work, I want to know that you've taken time to think through how we could do it, what we could do. You've spent time to actually think about this problem that you have, and you're not just delegating it up the chain to me. So I feel like number 3 is a really big one for you. It's a really, next team meeting, whether you've got 1 team member or 10, the next one-to-one, the next reviews you have, just say, do you know what, actually I'd really like to try this, and I think it'll be good for brainstorming and creativity. You know, make it fun, that when you come to me with a problem or you've asked a question, can you come with 3 solutions as well? Because then I know that we're gonna make quicker progress. We might be able to go, yeah, 1 of them, that's amazing. Use that with your team next time. Just don't let them come to you with a, how do I do this? Have you tried to figure it out? Oh no, I don't know, just how do I do this? We don't want that. So ask that question every single time. The dream for most business owners is to have a super engaged team of superstars who they feel like are taking ownership for the things around them, working towards the metrics and fully taking ownership for that. And then when problems arise, actually being creative, thinking through, coming up with solutions, so that everything is on you. And I feel like with these 3 steps, and if you actually just take a little bit of time to implement them this week, you're gonna get a bit closer to it, and you're gonna feel less like you're in the middle of everything. I hope this week's episode of My TV gets your head out of the dirt and into those amazing focus on the fun stuff clouds. And I will see you next week for episode 232. See you then.